Adesso sì, dovrebbe esserci il video di Julie Fontaine, che è la CEO della Matthew Friend Ketogenic Therapy Charity di Londra, che ci presenterà, diciamo, quella che è l'attività della Matthew Friends. Prego, se potete
Hi
farlo.
to everyone at the first National Symposium, Ketogenic Therapies being held in Italy. Congratulations to the Gambari for hosting this event and for inviting me to join from the UK. I'm Julie Fontaine and I'm the CEO of Matthew's Friends Charity, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we do. So there'll be an overview of the charity and a little bit about patient and family support that we offer, and also the support of health professionals. So the inspiration behind our charity is Matthew, of course. Here he is with me and his mum, Emma, and I have the privilege of being his godmother. So Matthew started having seizures at 9 months old, catastrophic seizures, and all the medications that were tried were sadly ineffective. And he also suffered terrible side effects from those medications. Now, Matthew's mum, Emma, fought for the ketogenic diet for him for more than 5 years. It was a terrible time. But eventually, he did start the diet on the trial that was being held by Great Ormond Street. His reaction was just amazing for everybody, especially him, of course. His seizures reduced by more than 90%, and he was able to wean off pretty much all of his anti-seizure medications. Matthew stayed on the ketogenic diet for 6 years, and in September, he will be 30 years old. Subsequently, Matthew was diagnosed with Dravet syndrome, obviously a very hard to control epilepsy. But today he remains living at home with his mum, his family, and he's a very happy young man, as you can see. So, inspired by Matthew, Emma asked me and others to help her start a charity so that we could support other families like hers that were prescribed a ketogenic diet for their child. And in 2004, we launched Matthew's Friends in the UK. And in time, we were joined by our medical advisory board, headed by Professor Helen Cross, and other international professional colleagues, some of which are with you there today. From 2004 through to 2011, we operated Matthew's Friends from our own homes. And from 2011, we were fortunately able to base ourselves in an office at Young Epilepsy's Neville Childhood Epilepsy Centre, which is just outside of London. And that's where we remain today. So what do we do for families? Well, we have an extensive website which is always being updated, and we have produced a lot of literature, evidence sheets for the use of ketogenic therapies, a plethora of handy guides on how to manage the diet. We have social media across the usual platforms, Matthew's Friends, and we produce a quarterly newsletter called Keto News. And we have a lot of practical keto articles within the newsletters, articles like going on a holiday on keto, how to best do keto on a budget, vegetarian ideas, Mediterranean, which is in the most latest issue, and seasonal recipes, and a lot more. As you can see, the example that I've shown here is tackling constipation, an issue that many suffer with on the diet. And our lovely Val, who I'll tell you about more in a moment, wrote a great article on different ways of tackling that. We also provide free starter packs for all UK families that are going on the ketogenic diet that are medically managed. You can see the picture there that shows the the digital scales and all sorts of items that are useful. And we're quite proud that we only ever have used recycled packaging with the support of local businesses to send out our starter packs. We provide about, well, anything from 250 to 400 of these per year. And we also we negotiate discounts with different companies that provide useful online keto-friendly shopping items so that we can pass those on to the families that we support. You may have come across our YouTube channel. This has lots of videos and tutorials and a keto cooking section where you can see Mo, who's shown here, who devises most of our recipes. And she's a great cook. She works very hard to produce recipes that are family friendly and a typical British meal, based on typical British meals for children and for adults too. I know she's a great cook because she also happens to be my mother. And there's an example of some of her dishes, ranging from courgette bolognese, as you can see, avocado iced lollies, and of course there has to be some chocolate along the way. Actually, her most popular recipe is, being British, is sausage rolls, and they are fabulous. We have other child-friendly materials that we use to support families. One of these is our animation video of I Am Going on a Ketogenic Diet, which follows Ria as she starts the diet. This is in English, but also we have the animation subtitled in Dutch, Lithuanian, Georgian, Romanian and Croatian currently. And here's a little view of Ria.
What do I tell my friends about the diet?
Be honest and tell them about it. You could even show them this video. Ask them to help you make sure you don't eat something you shouldn't.
Will my food look very different to what my friends have?
Some things will look different, but we all like different things, and you will still have delicious food.
The actual brochure of I Am Going on a Ketogenic Diet is translated to 15 different languages at the moment, and that includes Italian and Ukrainian, Dutch and more. And these are all available on our website. And we're always open to being asked to translate to other languages where it's needed. Here's a view of some of our printed and downloadable booklets. They include Colour and Shine, which is a guide to making meals for adults or older children that are on ketogenic therapy. That's the only booklet that can be provided with the permission of your dietitian. The rest of the booklets are freely available on our website or by request, just by emailing us, resources@matthewsfriends.org. And they include food choices, the food choice lists, and introduction and preparation for medical diets, medical ketogenic therapies in children. Also, introduction to ketogenic therapies for adults with epilepsy. The aforementioned I'm Going on a Ketogenic Diet social story. Our general charity booklet, a shopping list, and store cupboard staples. And we also have, that was new in 2023, our monitoring and managing illness guide, and this was produced by our medical board and international advisors. We have a private support forum within Facebook, and currently that's approaching 600 members. any parent or actually any patient that would like to join the forum can do so. They have to complete an online form to ensure that that patient is medically managed, where they have to give details of dietetic team and centre. And within the forum, we've got moderators with many years of experience, and it really is to provide that family-to-family support first and foremost. We do have Zoom chat evening sessions, which are very popular. They alternate Mondays and Tuesdays in the evenings. And we do, on occasion, have professional guest speakers to come in and talk about hot topics around keto, whether it's recently it's been on bone health and growth, monitoring on the ketogenic diet, and upcoming is weaning. And again, we're always open to suggestions of topics to be covered, and we'll find the expert to come and speak. We found along the way that supporting families, we discovered that supporting health professionals is key to supporting families. And so we do this by participating and investing financially into ketogenic therapy clinical trials, and also investing in adult case studies and publications. And we funded a keto centre, the National Centre, which is still going today in Dublin in Ireland. We provide a bespoke keto recipe development to the NHS and ketogenic centres, wherever they may be. If a dietitian has a particular picky eater perhaps, or an allergy or something to take into consideration, and they'd like support in developing recipes for that child, we will take the prescription and work on that and do our very best to help. We have our family support liaison person, who's also a trustee of the charity, and that's Val. And of course, over the years, we've hosted many educational meetings and conferences. We're proud to say that we are founding patrons of INCS. We thought it was very important to support the work of INCS as a professional society for clinicians and researchers in ketogenic therapies. Other health professional support is via collaboration with the Ketogenic Dietitians Research Network, a growing network of dietitians started in the UK, which is now working globally. We work on projects such as the core KDT project, which is measuring core outcomes for refractory epilepsy with ketogenic therapy. And we also support professional ketogenic surveys by sharing, collating, and recently these have been on the subject of allergies and breastfeeding. Hosting meetings is something we've done right from the very start. I think our first meeting was in 2005, in fact, and then subsequently the series of global symposia commenced, and Matthew's Friends hosted the second one of those in 2010 in Edinburgh, and 2014 the fourth in Liverpool, and more recently the 2021 meeting in Brighton, right at the tail end of the pandemic, which was challenging to say the least, but we did it. And so we're very much involved in that series of meetings. Again, an opportunity for clinicians and researchers to meet, collaborate, and improve the outcomes for all our children. We're really looking forward to 2025 when the meeting goes to Paris, hosted by Professor Stéphane Auvin, and we hope to see you there too. So we have also our Keto College suite of learning. We have the modules that are listed here, and the speakers who present them, the mentors that present them, led by Professor Cross and Professor Eric Kossoff. And these have proved very popular, they're very accessible, and a good introduction for health professionals to ketogenic therapies. We also have some webinars which are provided freely. They're expert-led again. As you can see, Alice van der Lauw from the Netherlands there, senior dietitian, and Professor Jörg Klepper from Schaffenburg in Germany are two of the experts that lead on these webinars. But currently we have ketogenic tube feeding, GLUT1 deficiency syndrome, and more recently the role of the ketogenic dietetic assistant and nurse. And we are planning more webinars for the future. Keto College itself started in 2016 as an in-person meeting, and we held it through to 2019 in that manner. We also held in 2017 a Keto College meeting in Melbourne for Professor Ingrid Scheffer. We missed 1 year, unfortunately, because of the pandemic. And then in 21 and 22, we went online for a virtual Keto College, and then came back in 2023, thankfully, to back to in-person meetings with a 2-day advance meeting, so that we could provide the opportunity for existing teams to come together and share and learn and network and collaborate. And this year we again will be in person, this time over 3 days, because we had trouble fitting it all into 2 days last year. So we have the addition of a day 3 with Advance Plus, which covers even more topics in depth on that 3rd day. Over the 7 years, we have held Keto College in person. We've had 1,148 attendees from 60 different countries, and that's sort of an average of 164 professionals who are learning via Keto College per year. We also have CPD or CME approval by the British Dietetic Association and the Royal College of Physicians and Child Health. And there's a map just to show where the people travel from to join us. Keto College is aimed at existing ketogenic teams. We have UK and international expert mentors, some of which are with you here today. And the full programme can be seen at ketocollege.co.uk. There is confirmation of the dates for this year's meeting. Now, I just wanted to end. We started with the inspiration of Matthew. Another inspiration for all of us at Matthew's Friends is all the children that we support. Here's Greg. On the left, you can see him pre-diet after he tried many medications, including steroids, and he was suffering very badly with his drug-resistant epilepsy. Fast forward just a year, and he started the ketogenic diet through the trial at Great Ormond Street, and you can see a totally different boy. So here's Greg today, and the lady on the left you might recognise from earlier slides. That's his very proud mum, Val, who's also our trustee and our family liaison person, lovely lady. And Greg is going to be running the 2024 Brighton Marathon this year. Greg does have autism and he absolutely loves sport. He plays disability football for Chelsea. He's a champion golfer. And as you can see, he's a keen runner. So we wish him well for the 2024 Brighton Marathon. Go Greg. That's the end of my presentation. If you'd like to contact me about anything you've seen today or anything you would like to know more about, then please do. That is my email. And have a lovely rest of the meeting, and I hope to see you all soon.